This weekend on CCX News, a closer look at so-called sacred settlements. Twin Cities churches say they can help the homeless. Now a Maple Grove church is opening up about its plan. A plan for a sacred settlement in Maple Grove is being met with both support and concern. Kevin Miller spoke with both the Maple Grove Church and city leaders.
Whenever I go there for the annual Angel of Hope remembrance, I do think of her. On some level, to me, it feels like her funeral each time.
The Angel of Hope site in Maple Grove is a place to remember loved ones.
So it is personal. I do think of Debbie a lot.
For Maple Grove City Council member Christy Janigo, the memorial bricks here bring back memories of a friend.
Debbie was a person experiencing homelessness. She tried other living scenarios, but it just wasn't right for her. And as a woman, she very much feared the shelter system. And she died by suicide because, people were cruel to her as a woman experiencing homelessness.
A Maple Grove church is also keeping people experiencing homelessness in their thoughts.
One of the ways we practice and follow the way of Jesus is by serving the poor, the marginalized.
The Church of the Open Door is planning to build a community of 12 tiny homes for the homeless population.
We say this is permanent housing that provides us a stability that a lot of people who have experienced homelessness don't have in their life.
The state legislature approved a bill last year allowing these tiny homes, also called sacred communities. Local governments, like the Maple Grove City Council, can't stop them from being built. Despite that, church officials say safety is a priority.
We aren't able to accommodate people who have a sexual offense in their background or have a violent criminal history. We just can't provide housing for people who have that background.
Some neighbors aren't convinced. They've spoke with the city council and organized in a group called No Settlement Maple Grove.
While the name of our organization, No Settlement Maple Grove, may seem strong, our message is clear. No sacred settlement should proceed without meaningful community engagement and input.
The issue is also finding concern at the state capitol. Representative Kristen Robbins is drafting a bill to give cities more local control.
They'd have more input and can request changes to the church's plan if they see it's in the interest of the community.
As for Janigo,
I do think it will meet a need in our community and bring some safety to people and a better life to some people.
Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Meanwhile, the Plymouth City Council is expected to vote on a plan to turn a lumber yard into a new townhome development. The Hamel lumber property is proposed to become nearly 50 rental townhomes. For the project to happen, both the Plymouth City Council and Met Council would have to approve comprehensive plan amendments to allow for higher density use. Initial plans show what the townhomes could look like. One member of the Plymouth Planning Commission mentioned the need for this type of development that could offer a nice bridge between multifamily apartments and single-family homes. Others have raised traffic concerns with the project due to another nearly 50-unit townhome development already nearby. A new restaurant is coming to Maple Grove, one that has found success in other parts of the country. KPOT Korean Barbecue and Hot Pot plans to open on Grove Drive next to the Golden Corral restaurant. This would be the franchise's first location in Minnesota. The Hot Pot concept has become increasingly popular in the U.S. The restaurant expects to open the first week of March. Are you dealing with back pain? If you are, you're certainly not alone. Experts say there are roughly 30 million people in the United States with chronic low back pain. In some cases, the pain is so bad they have to stop doing activities they love. But as Delaney Cleveland reports, there's a procedure offered locally that's giving people with some of the most severe cases a second chance.
One day at work, I just started to have a little bit of pain in my low back that just kind of exploded throughout the day.
Jamie Whitkey once had a lengthy career in law enforcement. That is until she was inflicted with severe back pain.
In my low back, it was hard to walk. It was hard to get in and out of a car.
She later discovered that she had a distinct type of chronic low back pain called vertebrogenic pain, which originates from damage to end plates in your spine.
It's a big issue, and it's one of the most expensive issues, too, in medicine.
Dr. Eric Ekstrom of Summit Orthopedics in Maple Grove says that about 1 in 6 people with chronic low back pain have vertebrogenic pain. After Whitkey tried a few traditional treatments that didn't work,
The ibuprofen, soaking, heat, ice.
Dr. Ekstrom offered her an alternative.
Dr. Ekstrom came to me and said, we have this new-ish procedure called Intercept, and gave me the folder on it. I went home and I researched and I watched videos.
The Intracept procedure is the only FDA-cleared procedure available.
Intracept is a procedure developed by Boston Scientific that uses a probe to target a specific nerve. The nerve is then burned off, thus preventing pain signals from going to the brain. North Memorial Ambulatory Surgery Center in Maple Grove is one of the providers that performs this procedure.
We've done about 240 cases here to date since we started this journey. It has a tremendous safety profile. There's been no complications.
It's something to which Whitkey can attest.
Minimal downtime, there's no metal, there's nothing in my back, my range of motion is good.
Today, she's not only pain-free, she's launched a second career as a fitness instructor.
Anytime I have the opportunity to share the change that it's been for me, I always do.
Doctors say that not everyone with low back pain is eligible for the procedure. The criteria includes having 6 months of chronic low back pain, 6 months of failed conservative treatments, and an MRI showing that you have a specific type of signal change in the bone marrow of your spine. Stay with us, more news and sports to come.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. The Benilde-St. Margaret's boys basketball team is still perfect on the season, currently 12-0 on the year. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Chaz Moots profiles Jalen Wilson, one of the top players in the state who's leading the Red Knights to their red-hot start.
The game of basketball looks effortless for 6'7" power forward Jalen Wilson. That wasn't the case when Jalen first started playing ball at Phelps Park in South Minneapolis.
I was just not that good. Not that good at all. I mean, I was out there looking, obviously I was only like 5 or 6 years old, so it wasn't that much to like do out there, but with my dad and with my old park friends I used to play with is where everything began at.
Over the years, the game got easier, and Jalen's now head coach, Damian Johnson,
reverse it. Oh, you good.
Took notice.
Good. He was a 7th grader in this gym. We had some AAU team working out, practicing here, and I was just watching him, and I was like, man, who is this kid just going coast to coast? He was a big guy. He had touch. He could do a little bit of everything.
As a freshman for the Red Knights, Jalen made and started on varsity.
I kind of started to realize that okay, this is something that I can keep doing and take it serious the rest of my life. I think my parents realized that too.
Jalen's senior year has been his best yet.
Wilson buries a 3.
He's averaging 22 points per game, has the Red Knights ranked #1 in the state in Class 3A. Playing every game with heart, this year, a heavy heart.
I definitely would be nowhere close to where I am today without him.
In late August, Jalen's dad, Silas, died from colon cancer, ending a 4-year battle. Silas's last years were spent guiding Jalen and Jalen's siblings on and off the court.
And all the stuff he was telling me, all the stuff that he just would tell me to do, as much as I didn't want to hear it, it was right. He always used to turn everything into a life lesson, and it's super corny, but I really understand now what he was talking about.
From day one, Silas was Jalen's #1 fan.
There you go, keep your head up.
And #1 critic.
Hustle back.
Later on, Silas became Benilde-St. Margaret's boys basketball's biggest supporter.
There'd be some days he'd be a little angry about how he played, but he was always our #1 fan at the games. Everybody heard him in the gym. Everybody knew if he was there, everybody knew he was there.
He used to do the whistle thing to get Jalen going. I used to call it a dog whistle. The dog whistle's coming, Jalen's about to score 10 in a row. His dad was just always there for him.
Even though that booming voice isn't in the stands at Red Knights boys basketball games this year, Silas's legacy
For the Red Knights, senior number 24, Jalen Wilson,
is alive and well.
It's just a comfort for me to have on the court. I just like to have his name on my wrist every game, just to know that he's there with me, it just gives me a huge comfort in knowing that the man that got me where I am today is always with me.
Thank you, Chaz. In addition to his stellar senior season on the court so far, Jalen is a 4.0 student and is ranked by ESPN as a top 100 player in the class of 2025. Before Silas Wilson passed away, he was able to see a dream of his and Jalen come true when Jalen committed to playing basketball at the Division I level at the University of Northern Iowa. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.